What's the weather outside today?
It's raining!
That's a storm chaser. That one right now. You wanna know how I know? It says storm chaser on the side of his truck.
Hey guys, how you doing today? My name is Weston and welcome back to the channel. Well, today we've got something special, and I mean special. I'm so excited about this new project. Now this here, we haven't given her a name yet, but I'm sure you guys down in the comment section will think of one. This is the old 2010 Ford F350. It's a crew cab, long bed, full-wheel drive with a 6.4 liter Powerstroke in it. Some of you might ask, does it run? Why do people ask me silly questions like that? Of course it doesn't. Nothing Westen Champlin buys runs. Look, it's on the trailer too. Anyway, we're gonna get this truck kicked off the trailer, and then I'll show you a little bit around it and show you how beautiful she is for 4 tons of twisted steel and sex appeal. Stay right there, we'll be right back. All right, let's get this thing taken off so you can see her. Back up a little bit. Woo, can you believe I done that? I'm like the fat Superman. I'm from Kansas too. Not really Smallville, but, well, gosh dang, I can't be giving away too many of my secrets. That truck is super nice. Well guys, since it's off the trailer, I guess I better show you the beating heart of this powerful pickup. Now guys, we've got to sneak up on the 6'4" quietly. We want to catch her in her natural element. Broken down. We want to catch her in her natural element. Broken down. Actually, the more I think about it, it's not that hard to catch a Powerstroke in her natural element. Broken down? Crikey, she's bad. Well, you know what, guys? This is a typical 6'4" problem for you. Most of it's gone. There's not much else to say about it. Now, for those of you that's wondering what might have happened to this pickup, I don't know. It's hard to say. But so, guys, for those of you that don't know, on a serious note about the 6'4" Powerstroke, they started putting this engine in 2008, and they run from 2008 to 2010, which is a very short span of time for a diesel engine to run in a medium-duty pickup or a light-duty truck like this. And the reason for that is, basically, they were problematic from the start. They had a lot of issues with the water pumps eating the front covers alive, the pistons melting down. Just mainly, they would run way too hot, and the emission systems would just cook the motors to death. They are reliable trucks if you do a couple things to them, and when they work, they're very good engines. They make good power, they're quiet, they're reliable to an extent, but they do have their issues. But the biggest disadvantage to a 6'4", like any truck's going to have its common problems. But a common problem for 6'4" is catastrophic failure. Like a Cummins, you know, simple issues. A Duramax, about the same. Fuel pressure, injectors, things like that. They actually decided to discontinue this engine after it being in the truck for close to 6 to 8 months, and just started designing the 6.7 liter that now replaced the 6'4" in these trucks. So it wasn't kept for a long time because it was a problematic engine. But if you delete the emissions and you don't run a heavy tune on them, they are reliable trucks. You just got to be careful with them. Now, you guys might be wondering what I plan to do with this truck. And for those of you that's been around here, well, you might know. And for those of you that are just tuning in, maybe you can see it back there, maybe not. I've got an F700 with a Cummins in it. Good Cummins, bad Powerstroke. Cummins, Powerstroke, Ford, Cummins, Thummins. That's what we're going to do. The plan anyway. Now, I did not buy this truck to put the 6'4" back together. I'm not into starting other people's projects. I did not take this truck apart, and when you try to put in something back together that you haven't taken apart, it just becomes a big mess. That being said, I don't know what's wrong with this Powerstroke. We're going to take it out. I'm going to do a little bit of looking and try to figure out exactly what's wrong with it, but I don't quite know yet. So our plan is just to put the Cummins in it and go on down the road. You know, guys, I think this truck will be excellent for the Cummins swap because I like this generation of truck a lot more than I do the 6-liter generation, the 03 to 07s. I kind of like the square front end. I like the interior a lot better on them. And also, I think the 5R110 that's behind this 6.4 is going to work pretty good behind our Cummins. They're pretty stout trans. I think they'll hold up to about 500 horsepower reliably as long as you don't beat them, as long as our transmission's in good shape. Now, the other nice thing I like is you can raise the hood, and when you raise the hood, the grill comes with it. It's nice to blow out the radiators, especially where we are out here on the farm. These things get full of stuff all the time. It's easy just to blow them out, and they're right here where you can get to them real easy. Big enough radiator. Since this was a 6.4, this will be a big enough radiator and intercooler that we can hook all of this into the Cummins engine, and it should work perfectly. Now, that being said, now the next best thing about this is we're going to take you guys along for the ride and show you how we're going to put a Cummins into this truck. If that sounds like something you guys would be interested in seeing, you better hit that subscribe button, because I'd hate for you to miss any of the upcoming videos, because we're going to take you through step-by-step process on how we're going to put this thing in here, and then you'll see the finished product, and I don't know, maybe we'll do something neat with it after we're done with it. All right, guys, well, I think that kind of covers the mechanical portion of the truck. Let's lower the hood, and we'll take you around the truck, and you can see the rest of it. All right, starting off at the front corner of this beautiful Cummins, or soon to be. The only issue really with the body is right here where somebody had some fender flares on it and it rubbed against the paint. Besides that, the body is completely 100% slick. Now, we got our big old tow mirrors so we can pull our big old 53-foot trailers, or 15-foot garden trailers, one or the other. But just look at this. I mean, this truck's a 2010. But this truck is a very, very nice truck. It's gorgeous in here. The leather's held up really well. The carpet's in good shape. The dash isn't cracked. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, even look at the carpet. I don't know what this stuff is. It's like a, I don't know. It's like a clear floor mat. I've never seen that stuff before, but I really like it. The carpet's perfect underneath. And then the best part about it, the back seat. Because, you know, fellers, that's the thing we like the best, the back seat. Look at it. Well, it's kind of got a couple parts back there, but we love parts. I'm going to start pulling them parts off here in a minute and pull them out here and see exactly what we got and see what parts we do have. Then we'll come back to that in a minute, but I'll take you guys the rest of the way around the truck. But there is no hail damage on it. All the doors shut good. The bed's in good shape. It's not beat up. Another nice thing about this truck is it's got a 5-inch JAMO exhaust all the way back that we can take and hook our Cummins downpipe up to, and we can use it for our Cummins swap. So that will be another advantage on it. We won't have to buy another exhaust. It does need a tip though. Somebody did steal the tip off of it, but we can put another tip on it pretty easily. It's a really nice exhaust system. All we'll have to do is just figure out how to hook it up to the Cummins. It's a pretty fancy truck, but it's got a backup camera. It's got the rear park assist. Anyway, you look underneath here, the bed's in good shape. There's a little bit of paint taken off from that bed liner shaking around in there, but it's all in pretty good shape. You know, besides that thing right around the wheels where the fender flares were, I can't find a thing wrong with the body on this truck. Come around to this side, and I do not think that's the way a turbo's supposed to be installed on a Powerstroke. I might be wrong, but for you Powerstroke guys, go ahead and tell me down in the comment section. I think they're not really supposed to be sitting there that way. Huh, weird. Now we come around to the best part. I just couldn't resist. It's so beautiful in here. Well, guys, as you can see, this truck is in really good shape. I think she's going to be an excellent candidate for the Cummins swap. The interior is in great shape, and it's got a lot of potential. Well, I guess it's time to start pulling the parts out and see exactly what we got. I sure hope the injectors and the valve train and stuff's back here. I didn't see them, but we'll see. I haven't looked yet. Now, guys, we don't have plans to rebuild this engine by any means, but the parts for a 6.4 liter Powerstroke are massively expensive. Navistar's still got their hand in getting the parts out on that deal. Got their hand in the cookie jar and they've grabbed all the cookies by the nuts. So if you got a 6.4, you're anyway. That being said, these turbos and stuff that are back here, if they're in good shape, they're worth some money. So the first things we're going to start pulling out is a really expensive part. That's airbox. You know, it's got an airbox. We'll probably try to use this with the Cummins. I'd like to keep the factory airbox. That's expertly stored and expertly cataloged right there. And this here is the turbo. I think this is the small turbo. Now, basically guys, to check out a turbo, it's got a little bit of oil on the exhaust side, but that's okay. You want to reach in here and see this turbine on the inside. You want to spin this. Make sure it spins nice and free, which it does. Make sure you don't got no wiggle or no wiggle back and forth. It's all in good shape. This turbo is a little bit dirty. Maybe a bit of new seals put in it. But besides that, that turbo's in good shape. Now that's the low pressure turbo for that's a small turbo to get the big turbo boosted up. This is a compound turbo setup. Twin turbo. I guess never mind. I was mistaken. This is a small one. Yep, that's the small one. That one there's a big one. Okay, yeah, this turbo here is bad. See that? You might not be able to see it, but that has got a little bit of shaft play in it. And the edges of the turbine are kind of beat up a little bit, but it does spin good, so I'm gonna say with a new set of bearings it would be fine. The turbine looks fine. Now that little low pressure turbo might be fine. It might just be the smaller turbo's got a little bit more wear on it, you know what I mean? Got our heat shields for the turbo. Them are high dollar. I had to buy one of them for a 6.4 one time. Fender liners, we're going to keep these. These are going to go back in the truck. Both sides, passenger side and driver's. This is brand new. I know where this truck was at. Okay, never mind. That's the base plate for the fuel filter. Okay, that's a brand new part there. That's just been opened. Here is, ooh, it's still got some fuel in it. The fuel filter housing, along with the fuel lines with the banjo fittings. Here are the kind of the middle valve covers, is what I like to call them. I don't know what people call them, but it's basically this goes on top of the head. And then this is all your plugins for your electrical connectors. And then your valve cover goes on top of that. Is our crossover pipe for our turbos, along with, I believe this is a fuel cooler. Yep, that's exactly what that is. So this crossover pipe here, these are very expensive. I remember having to buy these one of these back in the day, and I had to spend a lot of money on this. But basically what this does, this takes the pressure from that little turbo and pushes it over into the big turbo, and then the big turbo spools up and builds boost. That way there's no turbo lag. Here's our up pipe for our turbo. We can use that for something. It's not cracked or nothing. That's our intake. That looks aftermarket there, but that might not be. See this? Is that a wool in there? I don't see anything here that would cause a problem. The turbos look good. I bet it's something with the short block or one of these cylinder heads. And those valve covers. This is a brand new Ford kit for... They had intentions of putting this thing back together. We do still have the cylinder heads, and I looked at that one over there. That one there is in good shape. I don't see no cracks on it, and this one here looks about the same. So yeah, the floor is not damaged. They put down cardboard. I will thank whoever shop took this apart, because there's a lot of guys that just thrown stuff right over the top of the leather seats and everything else, but somebody actually took a little bit of care when they was doing this. The seats still look gorgeous. I mean, they can't fold down all the way, but they're still amazing. So guys, we got all of our parts pulled out, and there was no rocker arms or injectors or push rods or anything for the valve trim in the back seat of the truck, but we do have some turbos. We got the air intake, we've got the air box, fuel filter housing, we've got some new parts here. We've also got the alternator and all that good jazz, along with we've got still some good parts on the engine, along with the high pressure fuel pump and things like that. So, you know, it kind of eliminates the possibility of ever putting this truck back together with no injectors and stuff like that in it. But it's okay. We got a lot of good parts we can use on something else, or maybe we'll get rid of them and sell them or whatever. I think it's all in good shape. You know, we bought this truck to put the Cummins in anyway, so, you know, this stuff here is just going to go into our parts pile, and we'll do something with it eventually. Maybe put them on another truck or something. So, okay, so we're going to take and put all these parts back in here, and all these parts should be back in here now. Damn, look, it's all gone. Teleportation powers more often. That works pretty slick. I don't want him behind me. I've seen what happened to the donkey. All right, there he goes. He's back over where he needs to be. Well, guys, I think this is going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys are excited about this truck as I am. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. If you're not, well, you will be when we start making noise and smoke. So, that being said, at the end of one of these last videos we done, I sat down, told you I was going to give a giveaway for 30,000 subscribers. Now I've got some news and some things have changed on that. And you know what's changed? 50,000 subscribers! 50! Can you believe it? I can't. So as of the making of this video, I think we're at 52,000 subs. That's unbelievable. I mean, completely crazy to me. So I was sitting there, all I can say is thank you. So guys, I told you last time that we was going to do a hat giveaway, and we're still going to do it. We're going to be giving away hats like this, and let me see one of them other hats. And hats like this with the elastic band in them, for those of you that did not watch the last video. So if you want to win a hat, just read the description of this video. My brother will tell you how to do it in there. And it's pretty simple. Real quick, basically all you gotta do is be a subscriber of the channel and comment down below on YouTube, or go over, follow us on Facebook, leave a comment over there, or go over and follow us on Instagram and leave a comment over there, and you're automatically entered to win a hat. And we're gonna give away hats on all platforms. There's probably gonna be less people on Facebook and Instagram than there is on YouTube, so you might have a better chance over there. Anyway, I think that's it for this video, guys. I hope you're excited about this as much as I am. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and thank you for watching.